Like it just
night vision monocles.
Yeah,
and
sure.
swords.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm totally there.
So you think
and a cloth map.
This one comes with a bag of holding.
So you think like Ubisoft is just like banging their fists and like throwing out sketches of the next Splinter Cell where it came with night vision? Like, oh, forget that. Forget no more night vision ideas.
We're giving you a real gun.
It's going to come with a light that you stick to your back that so people can see where you are in the dark. How about that?
He's not wearing that stuff anymore.
Trust me, Sam Fisher will have night vision goggles at some point in that game. You heard it here first. Carabella confirmed.
What are you willing to put down on this bet?
My pinky.
We can cut off your pinky.
No,
who gets the ring?
You can see it.
No, I'm saying I can see it right now. This is shitty.
Back under the table.
This is a bad bet. No,
He's got it. All right, come on. Seriously, you don't think he's going to have night vision goggles?
I want to know how much you believe that he will. That you like. I want to know what you're willing to put down.
I think you guys have to bet money on this.
I think you'll have
$50.
Benny, I'm with you. I'm with you, Benny.
You want the overrun? You want to get in on this action?
Yeah, I totally
you want
think
to take
he's
Ryan's
going to
action on this.
It's a Splinter Cell game.
Yeah, that's what
like
I'm saying.
one of the boxes, the previous game box art. It's like just Sam Fisher with like night vision.
Everything
on.
that series has been about the whine noise of night vision goggles being turned on. Like,
I'm saying
like
in
when
the
I hear
game-
that noise, that might as well be the title screen of a Splinter Cell game.
$50 that night vision goggles are in the game, including multiplayer.
I'm saying that you're saying Sam Fisher uses night vision goggles.
I'm saying that you will play as a guy with night vision goggles.
Nah, that's not the dude. That's
All
not
right,
the bet.
I will even go as far as to say Sam Fisher has some kind of device that lets him see in the dark.
Night vision goggles.
You will hit the D. I'll even go as far as to say you'll probably hit the D-pad to change into a night vision mode.
Sam Fisher does not have night vision goggles. That will be the bet. It's on $50. You got it.
I'm saying he will be able to see using a device in the dark.
I think it's very clear. Night vision goggles on Sam Fisher, $50. Like that's the bet. That's all I want. That's very straightforward. There's no clauses to that. Night vision goggles on Sam Fisher.
Are we going to debate if they call them night vision goggles or not?
Yeah. Because that's all I'm talking about is night vision. Because that's
Sure.
like
I'll
Jeff
take that
saying,
bet.
like the noise, the night vision goggles.
I will totally take that bet, yeah.
Like the reason I'm sticking with this is because even in that demo they showed when he does like the looking under the door thing, he's using like a broken piece of glass.
The whole thing is about reinventing him as not being that guy anymore.
Yeah.
So I think you're very smart to make that bet.
Yeah.
I still think that's
like they're trying to be away from that as much as they possibly can.
No,
But I could totally see the last level of that game.
Yeah.
You sneak into some secret facility, you yoke up some fool and put on all his stuff.
Yep, totally. That is exactly. And he gets that gun with all the attachments on it, and $50.
But we'll never know because you never get to the end of that game.
Yeah, none of us are going to play it.
We'll just see, like, oh, he doesn't have it there. Okay, I guess that's $50.
Just check the page a week after it's out, and if it's been attached to night vision goggles, we'll know.
Oh man, I can't. Hopefully, somebody at Ubisoft is listening to this and can like clue us in. I want to know now.
Giant Bomb exclusive night vision goggles.
Somebody send a screenshot to the Bombcast like email address with a big shot of it all grainy and be like, "Boom." That's a great bet. That'll be fun.
Yeah, look forward to it.
That'll be good.
For taking your money.
No way. You can't have it without the. I would almost go double or nothing that it's the 3 with the 3 lights on it too, but I'm not ready to commit to that yet.
Next week.
Yeah, get me next week.
You'll have some thermal scanning.
Next week
as
when
well.
someone sends us a screenshot of it and says, "Don't put this up."
That's right.
Of night vision, but it's not his. It's just his back to the camera. Then you'll have to go double or nothing on whether it's the.
Just keep escalating until it's like $1,000.
Right.
Well, thermal sonic vision. You think that's in there? EMF vision or whatever he had in the last one?
It's unbelievable.
First email comes in from Sloan Hood.
Yeah.
Wow. Great name, right?
Wow.
And an even greater email. Hey guys, on the July 21st Bombcast, you were debating on whether Sam would have his night vision goggles in the upcoming Splinter Cell game. At one point, you said, I hope someone at Ubisoft is listening so they can clear this up. Well, I'm at Ubisoft, and I'm working on Splinter Cell, and I was listening at the time, and I can totally settle this bet right here, right now. In my experience, though, having a job is better than not having a job, so I'm totally not going to tell you the answer.
What?
So he has cock-teased us by saying, I know... And I was listening,
and I'm not
going to tell you. And I checked it out. Sloan Hood, verified. That's a guy. You can go to the Sloan Hood page on giantbomb.com.
Man.
There's a guy who
knows
that we want to know. That works.
This is
really
why
good,
they
and
push
he
the game
knows.
back, because they are either adding or removing night vision goggles
Like they
from the
added
game.
them, and it completely fucked up the balance of the whole thing. It's like we have to redo. all
No, they
of
had
these.
him in
they
there, and
listened to
just Sony is siding with one of you, and they have pushed the game back to screw one of you over.
They are figuring out a way so that we both lose. They're like figuring out some kind of how can we do this so they both lose.
Whoever wins, we lose.
They'll issue 2 editions of the game.
The Vinny edition and the Ryan edition.
Yeah.
If that was the case, how come we haven't heard about any of this yet? This would seem like something they'd want to loop us in on.
No, it's fine.
It's because they're calling one of them Classic Edition and the other one
That's right.
Neo Edition.
Thank you, Sloan, for writing in, and fuck you, Sloan.
So maybe they'll pack in night vision goggles like Modern Warfare 2 style. Who wins then?
If night vision goggles come with the game,
Yeah,
but they're not in the game.
yeah.
That's fine. There's no Sam Fisher that can wear those.
But we just said they will be in the game.
That's not in the game. That's with
on,
the game.
on the game.
All right, it's good that you get these sort of rules established.
And then now
I would so not count. If you tried to count that, I would punch you in the nose.
So now some at Ubisoft's like, damn! All right, all right, now go back.
Let's
Push
get
it
whatever
back.
surplus from the stock that Activision's getting for Call of Duty. Packing those in with Splinter Cell now.
No, it doesn't work. They said it won't work. That was our trick.
I just want a glow in the dark light I can stick to my back.
That's definitely in the game.
So as I was saying,
Yes.
Splinter Cell Conviction, our wager,
Hot money.
our gentlemanly wager.
I heard from someone else at Ubisoft with regards to your wager.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I guess word got out. There was an article on GameSpot where they talk about the night vision goggles. I'll just read this quote directly. Our session also revealed that Sam's trademark night vision goggles, which have been the iconic imagery of nearly every other game in the series, will not feature prominently in Conviction. Instead, when you're hidden in shadow, a visual filter will help distinguish enemies and interactive objects. That sounds very good to me. That is very much pitching in my favor.
Oh, you think?
And then
Oh.
the producer hinted that the night vision goggles will make a limited return later in the game, but they will be supplied along with other gadgets by your new network of allies. I'm not going to call that a complete confirmation, because it's the way it's couched in hinted.
Yeah, hinted at and will not feature prominently. Those all sound like that game will have night vision goggles.
It sounds very probable.
That sounds very probable.
It sounds very probable. I'm not going to deny that.
And it sounds like pretty much. Isn't that pretty much exactly? Did I call it? Was that me that called it? Not that it's like not the most obvious thing in the world, but like
You or Vinny may have
late
called
game
that.
put on goggles and now it is welcome
Yeah.
back, like that type of thing. Like yeah.
Yeah. I'm back.
But it won't be with his old team, though. It'll be his new posse.
Or will his old
Yeah.
team also
Yeah,
defect?
just be won't the old
And
will
do-
Lambert
will-
just be in charge of the old like the
whatever
renegades?
yeah.
I am more than happy to admit that, yes, this
I've got an old friend for you, Sam.
this
Oh.
looks... This looks poor from my end of the wager. However,
You want to up the ante?
however,
Throw something else at
No,
me.
no. The way this is going,
Double or nothing.
Yeah. His gun.
I don't like my chances. I will be completely honest with that. But I also want to wait to see it.
Sure.
I will not go on secondhand information and pre-release nonsense like this.
I'll tell you what.
So you want to wait for the game to actually ship?
Yeah.
Would you accept footage of the game? What if you had played the game and seen it for yourself in a pre-release version?
That part might get cut. before
Like,
the game
yeah,
comes
exactly.
out.
Like
You'll
that
know.
part might
Yeah.
get cut.
No,
Are we going
I-
to drag this all the way out until ship date?
Yep.
Okay.
Which at this point is like what, a year away?
That's I don't
so
know.
you're
Never.
saying
That-
trailer?
I hear that game is shipping in a double pack with Dead Rising 2.
That's weird.
I know, yeah, weird. Like a Capcom movie coming together.
Desperate times.
Oh, it'd be great if they just scrap the whole Conviction and start over again, and it's just pure Sam Fisher in
Really wasn't
goggles.
working out.
That was wrong. We did it the wrong way. Sorry. No, I'm going to wait to see it on a packaged game shelf, playing it on a retail video game system
Device.
Fox computer
Okay.
system.
Product.
That's where I stand on that. But I will acknowledge so people can stop sending in emails with other weird hearsay proof.
Sure you don't. All right.
Because I acknowledge that, yes, this very much sounds like there's going to be, in kind of the way that we had discussed,
I'll give you a chance to go
a glimpse of Sam Fisher wearing night vision goggles.
to up it to 100.
Even though he doesn't need it,
$100.
apparently he can just squint and like that's night vision for him now.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like
been
he's like a
wearing them
cat.
so long,
He's got
yeah.
cat eyes. He got the shine, whatever. He got the Vin Diesel surgery.
Let's take it to $100.
Nope.
It'll be the 3.
Homeowner, I need this money right now.
What'd you call him?
Yeah, seriously. They're called homeowner sapiens, please. Thank you.
Oh, you don't think there's going to be like
Ladies and
built-in
gentlemen,
Natal for something when they roll out Natal?
You mean in the as a part of the console, or just in the box with it?
I'm saying that they'll roll this out as part of the console. You probably get it.
You mean
separately
physically
from
integrated into the unit itself?
That seems dumb.
Yeah, I don't see.
Because you need to be able
360s
to
and
position
cabinets and stuff,
the
yeah.
camera thing for it.
Well, let's see.
You want to put some money on that?
$50.
You want to do a double or nothing?
Oh man, here it is.
When's season?
That's a wrong 2-year bet.
This is how a wager is born.
This contingency on our Splinter Cell conviction night vision goggles.
I don't think
wager.
I don't even think I know how Natal works yet.
You just see defeat looming in the distance, and you just want to.
For an angle. I know you put a fork in me. I'm done on the
I think you still
Splinter
have a
Cell
fighting
thing.
chance. I don't know.
I think it's very slim. I think it's very, very slim. Unless someone of incredible import has my side at Ubisoft, and I don't think I have friends at
So you're
Ubisoft
waiting for the
Canada.
cutscene to go where Sam is reaching for the goggles and somebody busts through the door and shoots him out of the way.
Woo!
Not today.
Oh, thank God.
Drop some knowledge on us. What's going on?
So I understand that you have, Stephen, you have the solution to a standing
I do.
giant bomb cast wager between myself and Mr. Oh, Vinny's getting close.
Saddling up.
He is. You're sidling, I'd call it.
I want to ride.
No, he's
There we go.
saddling you up.
There we go.
This is true. I was at the Splinter Cell Assassin's Creed PAX panel,
Okay.
and the Splinter Cell thing was kind of going in a normal way. They weren't really doing anything special, doing the E3 demo, and then they said they had something special to show. They said people had been asking about whether Sam Fisher gets those special goggles. People had been asking.
Special goggles.
The special goggles, yes. And they ran a clip that couldn't have been 10 seconds long.
Okay.
They said this was going to answer the question. And you see Sam at night crawling around, hunkered down. Camera doesn't really show his face.
I love this picture.
And then
You're ruining it.
we see. Okay, you have your arm around.
I like that. It's that end of the reality show moment where both the finalists are like,
We've got the bond now. And,
I hope you win. No, I hope you win. I didn't come here to make friends. I'm here to be his rock of love.
You know what? I'm just,
Only one of
regardless
you
of what
is gonna
happens,
be a
I'm
winner.
going to keep doing what I'm doing,
That's best.
I keep doing it right.
I'm gonna marry Flavor Flav.
Only one of you is going to be a winner. 'Cause when the
my family
camera-
believes in me,
Yeah.
and that's really all that matters. So, sorry, Steve.
Well, that's
to get me out of
fine.
here.
That's fine. The camera panned up, and there on the forehead of Sam Fisher were 3 green glowing lights.
Now,
Were they over his eyes or were they on his forehead?
I have to.
I believe on forehead.
So it
but
could
he
be
was
just a
wearing
fashionable
them.
hat.
No. He, I believe, I could just be imagining this, but I believe he lowered the goggles.
Thank you. So I have to
Use the
interject here real
goggles.
quick. Do you know how many green lights there are in alphabetical on the night vision cameras? How many?
There are 3.
No,
green lights?
no.
There are 4.
Is that what you mean by it's the most reactive game?
We react to 3 greens. We go up 1 more.
There are 4 lights. So there you go. Bet solved. So we'd actually started getting a lot of really crazy anonymous email from people claiming to be Ubisoft employees saying multiple people, like some of them writing in and saying I know the answer, but I'm totally not going to tell you. And then someone finally wrote in and said something really specific that was not those goggles, that it was some other device similar to the sonar thing in the Dark Knight.
Cochlear implants or something like that.
Yeah.
But you realize that they didn't say when they put the goggles in.
Yeah.
So speaking of being reactive, they may have been reacting to your guys' bet.
It's disgusting. I can't even imagine that being a possibility.
Somebody in this room may have influenced the development team.
It's DLC.
Put
You
the
gotta pay
goggles
$5
in there.
It's a pre-order bonus.
Nice.
If you pre-order, you get the demo a week early, and
Well, no, and if you pre-order, you get to get the goggles for your avatar.
Yeah. Oh, those are already in there.
Oh, wow.
They're already. That was like one of the first things where people were like, "Oh, it's solved. That's it. Case closed." I'm like, no, that's an Avatar thing. Yes, there will be other guys who have night vision goggles, of course, because it's Sam Fisher against his old bosses. But
yeah, although I gotta say, I did like the since we're at PAX, I gotta say I did like the Peanut Arcade comic with the Batman above. They had the
yes, the Sam Fisher with the
Sam Fisher, and then Batman above Sam Fisher, waiting to pounce on him. It was pretty good, pretty inspired. Sorry, anecdote.
But Steven, your input on this, but I feel like I still have to wait to see the final game.
So you don't believe me?
No, I believe you as much as I believe
your credibility into question, Steve.
As a journalist, Stephen, yes. I take issue with your policies and your methods, basically. No,
journalism. Isn't this an interesting turn? They're turning on each other over there.
Let's watch.
Yeah. Bob's just cackling in the corner. Popcorn. Let's do this.
Let's watch the Cubs eat her young. When you ship a game in 5 years, then we'll turn on you.
No, you didn't.
Oh man, within 5 years they will have shipped at least 2 games. Yeah. Damn.
2 more. Oh, you mean half their catalog? Yeah. Excellent.
2 more than you guys.
Yeah, WoW will be one of them.
Oh, I didn't realize what I'd done there. As all of my game development friends in the room can attest, a lot changes over the course of a game's development. So even, they've been showing Splinter Cell Conviction for a fair amount of time now, and that game particularly has changed a lot in that course. So even though it's still coming out Q1, I'm not saying what they showed was in any way not what they actually showed. Your accounting of this.
So what you're saying is you lost.
You're not saying that Steven is lying. You're saying Ubisoft is lying.
I'm saying until it's in the game that the bet isn't over.
So you're saying double.
I'm saying that
until the ship date.
Footage.
Yeah.
Until ship date and it's in home.
No, I'm saying that a lot of things change before a game comes out. I'm not saying that what they showed wasn't what they showed.
So you're saying it could get cut.
Well, so somebody asked,
dude, I don't know.
What if the game doesn't ship?
You know what? It's not shipped for a pretty long time so far.
Now, see, you guys have just had the argument for why video game previews are never critical. Because they could just scrap it and start over.
So somebody, because they took audience questions, and it's actually interesting because we were talking about how PAX is different than other shows, the kinds of questions that the audience, regular gamers, ask.
Yeah.
One guy wanted to know if Sam Fisher was more badass because he threw people's heads into urinals or because Michael Ironside provided the voice.
Oh, Michael Ironside, obviously.
Yeah. They made him repeat the question 3 times.
So, they were seriously considering it. They wanted to make sure that they were hearing it correctly.
I think they couldn't believe that was the question that they got asked when they said they had 5 minutes to go. No, but somebody said that they thought that Sam Fisher's gun was really iconic as well. And they wanted to know if that was going to be it. And they said, well, for months we wouldn't tell you whether the goggles were in, so maybe we'll tell you. So I guess somebody else somewhere in a parallel podcast is having a bet right now about whether the gun
wasn't there.
Or maybe you should go double or nothing for the gun.
No, my position on this is that I have very clearly lost this wager.
Well, a reason to do the gun though is because they'll never make an Avatar gun, right?
No, you can't. You're actually not allowed to.
Right.
Vinny, you and I have some talking to talk over here about Sam Fisher.
What about him?
So a trailer with the release date for Splinter Cell Conviction came out.
Yep.
And
this is going to just keep going.
Under no uncertain terms is he shown with the triple-eyed night vision goggle.
There are 3 lights.
There are 3 lights.
I know. Should have gone for that.
However... And this is great. I'm so excited about this because this is almost exactly how we thought that this would pan out. There's reports coming out that they are not night vision goggles. That they are, in fact, the sonar goggles, the Batman sonar goggles that we had talked about early on.
That's true.
In coming up with the rules for this.
Don't shut that case just yet. Hold on, I just got a fresh lead.
At this point, I will gladly give you $50. I don't care about that, but I love the
It still goes.
the back and forth that
Not yet.
still going, still goes, and I also
If they're the sonar goggles, if they're not night vision, then
it's off.
It's off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Then you
that
got
was one of the early things
Yeah.
we had talked because we
Right.
came up with this
Yeah.
nightmare scenario
Yeah.
early on,
But-
which almost makes me wonder if someone at Ubisoft is listening.
Yep. Let's just keep talking.
I would
about
say,
it.
considering the number of Ubisoft people that have written in to give us tips about this thing, I would say it's a pretty safe bet.
Just to clarify,
But if this has influenced that at all,
just to clarify, the bet wasn't that those 3 goggles
Lenses.
yeah, are the night vision goggles. Just that night vision goggles are in the game, so you got to separate that picture from being
Yeah.
the sonar goggles, and that could be true, but there also could be night vision goggles in the game.
no, the bet was Sam Fisher's wearing night vision goggles.
Right, but I'm saying like that picture could be the sonar goggles, and then
But
later
maybe
on,
later
yeah,
on there
you
are
could
night
also
vision
get
goggles.
night vision goggles.
So
That's
February
another point.
23rd is when this game ships, because this trailer was the release date announced trailer.
Right.
So everybody send in when you get up to that part where he puts them on and they go, "Boing!" Send
Yeah.
in that picture. And
I just like how it's just more like it seems like it's case closed evidence.
No,
so like,
never.
no, that does it. That's done. But no, it continues. It continues.
I can't wait till it's like after the credits scene.
I just hope we like even after the game's out, we have to trade like the $50 back and forth a few times.
Patch comes out, takes them out, puts them back in.
I will say, this is now, for a multitude of reasons, the Splinter Cell game I've most looked forward to in the history of the Splinter Cell series. So
It's crazy. I love how it should be the most obvious answer in the world, and it's something that is just not known. Like, how could somebody just not say, yeah? It's just, no, yeah. It's, they're in there.
Oh, people have, but it's been.
And
but
I really like that they. I mean, they're taking the reinvention of the series seriously to the point where that's not an. At some point, they had to have those conversations. I think that speaks really well for the people developing this game. That they sat there and said, like, all right, we need to actually really question, like, what is this series really about and what's it going to be about
like
from here on out.
fundamentals, yeah.
So what has been the response when people are like, so are there does he get night vision, like on camera in the game? Have they been like, well, we're not really talking about that yet, we'll see?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
That it's been like, we're not really talking about the gear so much. This is, and everything they've shown of that game so far has been really carefully
right,
selected
and released.
Yeah.
We shall see.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Excited about this.
In night vision, we shall see.
So great, sonar vision.
Yep.
Well, by that time, we will have our Modern Warfare 2 night vision goggles, so we can at least play Splinter Cell while wearing night vision goggles.
That's not the same thing. Although I would be really impressed.
Would you give me
could play-
$50 if I finished Splinter Cell while wearing the Modern Warfare 2 night vision goggles?
I'll give you
Your eye surgery,
$100
yeah.
for that.
Hope that's
After you-
possible.
I don't mean to get off topic on this, but breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Just received an email from Kotaku's own Stephen Totillo concerning the Splinter Cell conviction.
All right.
Oh no. Oh no.
He says, yeah, it's those, and those are the sonar goggles.
Oh. Dude.
The plot.
Dude, Totillo has this place bugged.
He says, surprise twist to the great goggles bet. You may be cashing in after all. If you guys are unaware of the following, please feel free to spring it on Vinny Live during the next podcast. So perfect timing, Steven.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Consider it sprung.
Yeah.
So there's a preview up on Kotaku where he played the game, and he says, yeah, so the goggles may look like night vision goggles, but they don't work like night vision goggles. They are sonar goggles. So,
Sonar goggle. What?
I didn't see
Sure.
Dark Knight, so I don't know what that even means.
Yeah, come
but
on.
I
Everybody
assume it's
knows
the same thing from that, right?
Everybody knows that sonar goggles are blue.
That's the new thing, yeah.
yeah, it's basically, it's like an echoey, bouncy kind of
Right.
effect instead of the...
Like a bat.
Like a
Yeah,
bat.
but like a man who's a bat.
But
Man bat.
That's him.
But instead of hearing it, you see it?
So it's like synesthesia.
Yeah.
So it's like you're playing Res to find enemies.
Did you see Daredevil?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Yeah, like that.
It's like that.
Gross.
Anyway, still a chance.
So
Back and forth.
I'm so excited about this. I hope it swings back again.
I
hope.
there's always
Because I'm enjoying this back and forth so much. I don't want it to end. I don't want this to be the last of it. $50 is inconsequential at this point.
All right, so Patrick, I don't know if you know, but on Giant Bomb, Vinny and I have a little bit of a standing wager going about night vision goggles in Splinter Cell Conviction. Yeah. I am of the position that they are not going to be in the single player. Obviously, we're here talking to you about the multiplayer. We played some of the co-op earlier, and there were the sonar goggles. That's right. Those are a little bit different than night vision because I can see through walls and craziness like that. So my question to you, sir. Are there night vision goggles in the multiplayer in Splinter Cell Conviction?
No.
Confirmed. Ha
Speaking of which, just check in. No movement on the bet. To your knowledge,
not since where do we stand now? The pictures were the Sonic goggles. Or something?
What we've seen so far of the three lights are
some kind of echo vision.
Are Batman Dark Knight goggles, not true night vision goggles, which was part of the bet early on. We played out this scenario of what if they're not actually night vision.
Scenario. Yeah, we went through put them through the Whopper.
We had to
there
put
is no winner.
All these clauses that we had to establish. That was an early one, so I'm still giddy that panned out that way. But I still hope another turn. I hope it comes out and then, DLC.
Some grainy screenshots going to come out.
Oh, man. Okay. We should probably address, what if it's DLC? Does that change it? No, right? It has to be on the disc, in the box, ready to go, right?
No, I think if it's ever in the game, if you can ever use night vision in the game.
So you're saying that post-release, if they release DLC to add the classic night vision goggles, that the bet would reverse?
Yes.
So the money will change hands again?
With interest.
I think it would have to be... I don't think DLC can count.
I think I would be okay with that so long as it was DLC that applied to the single player, not the multiplayer. Because if you could put night vision goggles on a Sam Fisher model in the multiplayer, that's not really relevant.
Okay.
See, I really don't think they would ever do that. But I'm totally comfortable doing on the disc. Like if they ever released.
All right, let's lock it just to have there be no confusion about it. Lock it down to it's got to be on the disc.
Because otherwise, wouldn't you have to wait until the next Splinter Cell to know that it was settled? Just to make sure no more DLC was coming out?
I can't live like that.
Yeah. That is...
All right.
I guess we need some sort of closure for this. Otherwise, it'll extend into infinity.
Yeah, like a good week one playthrough of the single-player campaign. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Did we say it has to be single player or did we say no multiplayer?
I don't think that was ever discussed, but I think it has to be the single player. That's
because in multiplayer, it'll invariably be dudes with night vision against dudes without night vision. That's what it always is.
Yeah, it's spies versus mercs or whatever.
So you're saying you wouldn't?
And
take
in that
bet?
case, I mean, the point comes down to it's about the single player. It's the Sam Fisher fiction. It's not.
More the point
it's
is
not
about
the out of fiction multiplayer stuff that exists.
It's the iconic nature of those three.
Of the three lights on,
right?
On Sam Fisher.
Yeah, it's a very specific thing that you're looking for here.
Well, no, we already got those, but we're saying the functionality of those is not going to be night vision.
Yeah, those are not night vision goggles. Yeah. It's got to have both.
No, it just has to be night vision.
This has to be night vision.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the three lights.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the $100 ante.
Yeah, that was nothing that you did not take.
True. Okay, so it's...
Okay, so we feel good about this? You're not like, oh, this is being wormed away from me through all these... technicalities.
No, I still think at some point Sam will look through some device that will enable him to see in the dark, in the green, like night vision style.
Classic night vision style.
Yeah. Whether it's through a scope or night vision goggles or, something, there will be a thing where he's looking in night vision.
But it's got to be that iconic thing. It's got to be the night vision goggles.
If there's a scope that he looks through and then walks away, I don't think that counts.
Well, by scope I mean if he pulls down something,
if he wears something that is night vision.
I don't care if it's
in the classic sense.
I don't care if it's one light, three lights, two lights, as long as it is night vision with green.
Yeah.
You hear the
what if it's night vision with purple? That counts. That counts.
You hear the whine as long as it's described as night vision in the fiction.
Yeah.
The thing is with the stuff that they're showing.
Right. If it's defined by echolocation, then
then that's
right.
no.
If it's light amplification,
right. Absolutely. But it's red or something weird like that.
Yeah, I'll be fine with that. Okay. But if it's heat based or some other
if it's infrared, that doesn't count.
No,
that's infrared.
It's got to be totally light amplification.
Yep.
Okay.
We should probably contact them to see. They probably have real definitions for all this, like devices that. No, it isn't.
If the game comes out and there's question about that, we will definitely go to the source and settle it.
We'll go to France.
We'll go to France and say we want to see a build of Trackmania 2.
Zut alors.
What?
So even in flashback, right? Just any scene in the game. If the game starts off with a flashback to like 1982, like.
I think that counts.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's definitely in play.
And if it's in the game for 5 seconds,
totally in play.
Right.
As long as it's Sam Fisher.
Does it have to be playable?
Yeah, I think it does, dude.
I think if he does it and it shows the scene.
But what if it shows the scene, but it never shows him looking through it, and you never know?
That's something where you know what?
I just all I need is some sort of conclusive evidence that he is wearing night vision goggles. That they are night vision. Like if you see it from the outside and you don't see the green perspective, doesn't count.
Which one of you has which position? I don't even know.
I was wondering the same thing just now.
I am in the pro night vision.
He's pro night vision.
What I thought.
I am anti night vision because I believe Sam Fisher is anti night vision.
Oh, I like your platform.
Ryan, I hope you win because I think it'll make him for a more interesting game.
Yeah.
But Vinny, I hope you win because you're right. There's going to be a flash. Yeah.
Something where
I agree.
Oh, you know what? I kind of agree with Vinny as well, but I also hope that Ubisoft sticks with their, we are reimagining this so much.
I'll tell you what, I'm pretty nervous once they announce that those 3 were the like echolocation things, and then they seem more committed to their like, we don't want night vision in this game.
It's like, we're going out of our way.
Absolutely, yeah. It definitely seems like they're going as far out of the way as possible to do it.
So like,
it's like night vision, but this is not night
There's
night
someone
vision.
right now like coding in like an epilogue or something. It's like super pissed, just like, put this in here, and he's going to put the night vision goggles on.
If you hit up, down, left, right, you could change them into classic night vision mode.
I don't think that counts. I don't think
if it's on the disc.
Codes count.
No, if it's on the disc.
Oh man.
It's never going to be settled.
Wait, what if it's on the disc, but you have to get a DLC unlock code?
No, 100K downloads are still downloads. That doesn't. Let's not talk about this anymore because it's making me crazy.
All right.
That seems like a cool game, but
okay, let's talk about it, Jeff. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction.
There are no night vision goggles in Splinter Cell Conviction.
Give me $50. Give me $50.
You got it. Here it is.
Give me $50. That's not you were saying it. You're not actually. That's Brad holding paperwork up to the microphone.
It's definitely not in it. It's Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy doesn't wear night vision goggles.
Not the wall is actually
if the bet is that Tom Clancy is in the game, then you owe more money, I think, actually.
Dude, $50.
Because I don't even think that guy gets a credit. I actually stare. Here's what else I'll say about Splinter Cell Conviction. Might be the longest credit roll I've ever seen.
Ubisoft knows how to bring. Remember the Turtles in Time credit roll?
Yeah.
That was also burly.
There is between all the different localizations and everything. Like the credits go.
Yeah.
Like the Xbox, if you set the controller down, eventually it'll dim.
Yeah.
It did that twice over the course of the credits. Like I picked it up I quickly rocked it to wake it back up, and then it did it again, and then I woke it back up, and then finally the credits ended.
You have to wait for the little blurb that comes up that says night vision goggles unlocked.
Right
at the end.
Yeah.
Push A to continue.
No, I did. I did not skip any of the credits. I wanted to see how far they went. Man, long.
Oh, I'm still waiting for the Uplay night vision goggle.
Right.
thing. I saved up those Assassin's Creed points.
Yeah, but it has sonar goggles in it. Which
that's what everyone has seen whenever they've shown
everyone
some
sees
shot from
oh dude, just look, he's wearing them right there. Pay up, dork. It's like, no, ass.
I'm not the dork. You're the dork.
I
yell at my computer. Now I've got the $50 sitting here on top of the mixer right here, 2 20s and a 10. I'm gonna leave them here until
someone from one of the other sites comes down here and steals it.
Until the end of the week, when all of our responses to this week's question of the week.
Oh, that's right. And we can
are submitted.
We can find the best use for this.
If you don't watch I Love Mondays, here's a good reason to. We ask you to come up with what we should do, what the winner of this bet should do with his $50, and so I've now that we've established I'm the winner, I have $50.
I'll have to tape it down so nobody walks
I think
away.
you should burn it while laughing in Vinny's face.
Originally, I told Vinny that I would not accept his $50, and I think that
which
made
is
him
way worse,
way angrier.
He was unhappy about that.
Well, because then I just had to order something for you, which is just more work for me.
You would have to go out of your way to fulfill your $50.
Oh, now I gotta find something.
The Sicilian in you would not let that.
Oh, you can't owe me a favor, or like I can't owe you something. Yeah, that just would never happen.
Way worse.
I would staple $50 to your back. We do have a staple gun.
I did forward you a suggestion for what to do with the $50.
It was weird.
Yeah, but sending him an instant message that says "shove it up your ass," I don't think is really a viable.
Well,
you obviously don't know Sicilian rules.
Okay. All right. You have gotten half of this right. Just that it does not stop there. So just take those bills, put them in your wallet, get something nice.
Do whatever you like.
Have fun at dinner.
Give them to a relative, someone you care for. If you
just sit there and tell me that you're not going to accept my $50.
My upset stomach is not for no reason.
Got it.
So yeah, watch I Love Mondays. Submit your question of the week, and I'll keep an eye on those. I'll keep those under advisement.
I would say if you want something, something awesome, but also something kind of realistic. If you want to see it fulfilled, this dream fulfilled.
Or if I don't see anything good, I'll just buy a copy of Splinter Cell with it.
With my ass dollars.
I'll take those to a GameStop specifically.
Yes. That's right.
Here, take these Sicilian ass dollars.
Sicilian ass dollars. That's what I said. Sicilian ass dollars.
These are some Sicilian ass dollars.
Isn't that a federal offense?
To poison, to what? To contaminate money?
Deface the currency.
It's not defacing. He's storing it.
Well, it's just in through the face, and then it's de-assed, actually. Anyway.
This has gone terrible.
What were we talking about?
Video games,
Splinter Cell Conviction in stores
now. Shipping soon. Yeah, no, it's in stores now.
Yeah, it should be in stores now.
They did
They've been pushing the 13th as the date for a while.
They did a midnight thing at GameStops, at select GameStops, last night.
Yeah, cool game. I think. Yeah,
like I'm looking forward to it. I will. None of the things that you've said make that sound like the game that I don't want to play.
Yeah, if anything, I think they've done a really great job at opening it up to a wider audience. It seems clear that they want people to finish that game.
Yeah,
they want you to see that story start to finish, and it'll take you something probably like 7 hours or so to get there, and then the co-op campaign's kind of cool for a little while too, and yeah,
excellent.
All right, that's it. The debate is over. There are no night vision goggles in Splinter Cell Conviction. Now we know. I don't know what's going on with the money that's supposed to be changing hands here, but who cares? Let's see what you guys wanted Ryan or Vinny to do with that prize money.
I think Ryan, upon the release of the game, should buy Saw 2 and have Vinny do an endurance run of it. Because I know he doesn't like Saw and all the, gory stuff that's in it. So I think he should do a solo endurance run of that game.
My idea is that you take the $50, make it $50 in pennies, go to the largest public area you can find, and make it rain.
Alright, just brief suggestions for what Ryan Davis should do with his $50. Buy a bunch of copies of this and give it to random people. Or just have a bunch, because that would look weird. Or buy a bunch of these. Worked out fun. It's the best PSP game ever. Or put it towards that Twilight Zone box set you were talking about. It's within your grasp. Unless you already got it. But yeah, either way.
What should you do with winning $50? That's a simple answer. $50 worth of bacon-flavored mayonnaise. That's right. Rub it in your friend's face. Or just savor the sweet taste of victory. Mayonnaise.
Hey Ryan, Hey Ryan, you should do with your $50. You should get drunk. I mean, hammered. Oh shit. Oh, went everywhere. Oh no. Yo, drinking is good. It totally won't, like... You should get drunk.
Thanks, guys. Come back. Fuck, what is it, tomorrow?
Yeah. Perfect. Done.